Arriving in London for the anniversary of the 7/7 bombings, the family of David Fulks, who died at Edgware Road. David was from Oldham and in London meeting a work colleague. He was just 22 years old. 20 lost years. Can you talk to us about that?
As I said a few minutes ago, we're just an ordinary working class family from Oldham, but we should have a son, and he should have his family. And I shouldn't be having this conversation with you. I should be at home at this time having dinner or going to the pub with David. And it's not possible to describe the feeling of having your son murdered in such a pointless way.
Over the last 20 years, Graham Fulks has become a leading campaigner for the victims' families. He still believes there are unanswered questions about events leading up to the attacks and what was known about the bombers.
The public inquiry is the only way, because at a public inquiry, people can be compelled to come and give evidence. At an inquest, they can just say, no, I'm not coming, and that's what happened.
Others share that view, like Adrian Hiley, who survived the Edgware Road attack. In spite of his own injuries, the former combat medic was credited with saving the life of fellow passenger Danny Biddle.
Initially it was just dead quiet, and then a lot of people started screaming. It's a different type of scream, fear and pain. And Danny was bleeding a lot through his leg, and I had to sort of stem the blood flow to use my belt and my shirt as a tourniquet. I remember putting my hands into saying to Danny, "This is going to hurt," and I put my hands into his leg to try and find his femoral artery or try to stem the blood while I put the tourniquet on.
In London's Hyde Park, steel pillars now stand in remembrance of those who died. To mark the 20th anniversary of the 7/7 attacks, survivors and bereaved families will gather for a special memorial service, remembering the 52 people who lost their lives and the more than 700 who were injured. In the 2 decades that have passed since those lives were taken, the Metropolitan Police say lessons have been learned, with a significant shift in its response to counter-terrorism.
The changes that brought policing and our security services, particularly MI5, much more close together, so that we now have the closest joint operating arrangements anywhere in the world. And secondly, counter-terrorism work became something that wasn't just about what was based in London, and a network was built with bases in all of the regions across the country.
20 years after 7/7, the government says Islamist and right-wing extremism continue to pose